Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Monday Night Raw, where all the action happens, all the action goes down. What the hell? What? There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. That is our World's Heavyweight Champion and one half for the Mayhem Tag Team Champions. That is Jon Moxley. The last time we seen Moxley was right here in Universe Mode, but it was over on Friday night where Moxley ended up getting laid out by Hikuleo as the war before War Games has definitely been teeing up, and it seems like Moxley is ready for a full-on invasion. But was it smart coming here by himself? I definitely wouldn't say so. The entire crowd is off their feet and they are hyped up for Jon Moxley, but wow, we haven't seen Jon Moxley on Raw since the draft. It has been a very, very long time, ladies and gentlemen, but Moxley is back right here on Monday nights. Just wow. Listen, I'm all for a hyped up crowd, but War Games is less than 2 weeks away, and I think it's time we get to work. Now, I know you all thought that Friday was going to go unanswered, but it's all hands on deck. I'm here, I'm on Raw, and I want the Bloodline right now. Fun and games are over with. You want to make me bleed? Then make me bleed, but I am in your house now. So do something about it. Oh, man. I don't think Moxley, I don't think Moxley thought this one through, ladies and gentlemen, but a man who is coming here to do something about it with my information intact, the man who sent the Bloodline to Mayhem. He could be coming out right here, right now, as Roman Reigns isn't. Oh, man. Well, it isn't Roman Reigns, ladies and gentlemen, but it is the men that stand behind him. It is the 6'9", 286-pound beast of a Samoan known as Hikuleo. It is the right-hand man, Jimmy Uso, and it is the enforcer of the Bloodline, Jacob Fatu. Wow, 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 things from here are truly awesome, ladies and gentlemen, as this one right here is going to be a very, very interesting situation for us, to say the least, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. These three men taking their time lining Moxley, seeing the man that they want to take down, and they seem like they have no problem with doing so. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is an all-out war before War Games, and it seems like the battle lines are being drawn right here tonight. I mean, come on. There's no way you're this stupid, right? I mean, the great Jon Moxley, Mr. World's Heavyweight and Mayhem Tag Team Champion, right here on Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. And I know that's something that everybody's going to get all excited for, and you think this is something to pop over, but you are dumb. I mean, you really came to Raw by yourself. I mean, how stupid do you got to be to do that? I mean, I've always known you've been a hard-headed guy, but really? Seriously? I mean, you are surrounded around the Bloodline right now, and aside from that, you're on a roster who isn't really a fan of Friday nights, and you thought this was the wisest course of action? What, because we made you bleed a little bit? You knew what it was the minute you became tag team champions. You knew that meant you had to represent your brand, and now you have to represent it against the Bloodline. Oh, shut the hell up. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is that man standing right there, Hikuleo. He made me bleed, and now I want my lick back. I want revenge, and I will get revenge whether I gotta go through you or that smug-looking Jacob Fatu right on the outside. And what was that you said? Stupid, arrogant. I'm none of those things. I never, ever show up to a fight by myself, and if you think I am, then hey, you're just as stupid as you look. And trust me, for a right-hand man, you are very, very stupid, because you think that I'm surrounded around the Bloodline? Think again. I got family all over Raw. We can do this anytime, any place. Hey, you right. So step up, because my boy's been ready. These two right here, soldiers, and we are ready for anything. War Games was last year. But this year, when we go to Survivor Series, we may not be stepping into a cage, but we are going into a war, and we are going to beat you, whether you want that or not. You are not in control here, Moxley. And it's about time you understood what not being in control looks like. Hey, whoa, not like this. Not like this. I don't know how you guys do it over on Friday nights, but over here, you want to wrestle, we can wrestle. But all out brawls we are not about to put up with. So you know what? I have a bit of an idea. Main event. 6-man tag match. Wheeler Yuta will be joining forces with Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley, as the three of you will take on the 3 members of the Bloodline that stand in the ring, Jimmy, Fatu, and Hikuleo, in a mega 6-man tag match. You want advantage, you want momentum, then get it done in the main event, but you will not brawl when I have a full show laid out, especially with Survivor Series around the corner. Well, when I said battle lines are being drawn, I meant that, and I meant that in full effect. As you see the Bloodline standing on one side, the old members of what was known as the Shield standing on the other side. I mean, I can only imagine what the rest of the BCC members think of this, as Wheeler Yuta was the only man to come out here tonight and help the tag team champions over on Friday nights. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we have a show to get to, we will be hearing from LA Knight later on tonight, as he has words for the WWE Universe on what is next for the megastar. That's not all, as we have a bit of a Survivor Series preload to War Games. It is going to be Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the BCC's Ospreay and Rollins. And that's not all. Big test for Nia Jax here tonight, as she is going to be going one-on-one with the woman herself, Nikkita Lyons. Now, Lyons has been impressive. Can she stop Nia Jax? We'll find out later on tonight. This one right here was originally set to be our main event, but will be the pre-main event. It is Gunther. It is Robert Roode. It is one-on-one action. And this one right here, it is set and it is official inside your main event. It is Bloodline versus Moxley, Danielson, and Wheeler Yuta. What's going to happen? We're going to find out later on tonight. Aye, bruv. The hell was that out there, man? We're teaming up with Moxley and Bryan now. I mean, we didn't talk about this. We had a whole BCC meeting earlier before Raw, and nothing of this was mentioned. What do you have to say for yourself? Well, are you being serious? Well, I don't have to explain anything to you. You realize that, right? Listen, this conversation's already starting off bad. Listen, Claudio is the leader of the BCC, and I can guarantee you he would have no problem with me helping Bryan and Moxley, since, I don't know, those are the guys that kind of brought us all here. I mean, I know you're still new around here, but these guys are the guys who made the BCC what it was. Claudio evolutionized it, but these guys made it. These guys paved the way for us. These guys walked so we can run. So if I see them and they need help against guys like the Bloodline, you bet your ass I'm going to go out there and help. Matter of fact, I expected you to be out there with me. That whole forged in combat thing we talk about so much, that's something that Bryan and Moxley came up with. That's something that they taught us to live by. So before you see yourself coming and checking me, how about you go and check yourself? Matter of fact, I'll go talk to Claudio. I can guarantee you he'll have no problem with this. I'll lay it down for you how this one started, or how this one looks to start, as Nia Jax has gotten the attention of the Tribal Chief and Roman Reigns, and Reigns said last week that, well, there's going to be a test for Nia Jax tonight. She's going to go one-on-one with a superstar of Roman Reigns' choosing, and if she can get the job done here tonight, well then Nia Jax can acknowledge her Tribal Chief and earn a spot in the Bloodline. Big opportunity for Nia Jax here tonight, and also being cornered by the wise man Paul Heyman. Now that right there has got to give her all the most confidence in the world. I mean, when you look at it, you are literally the first ever woman to enter the Bloodline. I mean, that is a very big deal, ladies and gentlemen. But as Nia Jax is still very green here in Universe Mode, not only has a lot to learn on the inside of the ring aspect, but a lot to learn on the outside as well. As, ladies and gentlemen, the crowd is erupting. The crowd's going crazy for this woman right here, and you can't blame her, as Nikkita Lyons has definitely shocked the world as of late, as she's taken over social media. All right, everybody loves Nikkita Lyons, but one thing that I can definitely say about her, one of her main assets, is that she gets the job done when she steps inside the squared circle. Now, this is a second matchup she'll be having right here in Universe Mode, but we've seen the performance that she has been able to put on display before, so I have no problem with this right here. I got a good feeling. All right, a really good feeling. We're about to see a whole lot of mayhem right here on Monday nights. It's amazing how not only how the lines are drawn, but with how much crossover we are getting here tonight. It is absolutely insane. And I just can't wait to be a part of this. Listen, this is going to be an absolute banger. So if you haven't grabbed your popcorn, I definitely say run to the kitchen and do so right now, because this one is going down right here, right now. With its two Goliaths. Meat madness right here in the form of women's action. Let's get right into the middle of it as both. Oh man, look at this now. Nia Jax starting off hot and heavy here on Nikkita Lyons, picking her up, and a scoop slam there by Nia Jax into the cover now, looking to put down Lyons too, and no. Not even a 2 count for Nikkita Lyons. Lyons looking to keep herself in this one, keep herself as grounded as possible. And if you ask me, that is the very smart thing to do in this matchup, especially when entering a matchup like this against a superstar like Nia Jax. You're going to want to not only ground yourself, but you're going to want to try to pace yourself in this matchup. You're going to want to try to make this match last as long as it possibly can, so that way you can try to build some of that, that stamina away from Nia Jax. As Jax is the bigger woman compared to the two, so if you ask me, I would say that she would lose that stamina a little faster than Nikkita Lyons. But this one right here is Nia Jax getting back inside the square circle. What does she have in mind for Lyons now? Bouncing off of the ropes, and a sidewalk slam there. Absolutely massive sidewalk slam. Not playing any games here tonight. And you cannot blame her, but listen, the WWE Universe, they are not too big fans of Nia Jax. But she is still new here in Universe mode. You know, she is still learning a lot of things, so it's very understandable why Nia Jax would be very green, but at the same time she is as hard hitting comes, just tossing Nikkita Lyons all around the ring, making her pay with her actions. I mean, man, oh man, this has been on Nia Jax here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as Nikkita Lyons rolling to the outside, looking to create some space. Nia Jax doing the exact same thing, meeting her on that outside. And look at this now, with Nia now picking her up here with another sidewalk slam to the outside. Now that right there would have been absolutely detrimental to a matchup like this, especially with so much on the line. Oh my God, Nikkita Lyons turning it around there. Ladies and gentlemen, this Friday right here on Wrestlepluss, we are going to be seeing Chad Gable go one-on-one with Finn Balor. The big question on everybody's mind is who is going to win this one-on-one expedition, as Chad Gable's been rising, but that's not all. That Survivor Series, we will be seeing a groundbreaking announcement by William Regal that is set to shock the foundation of Universe Mode as we know it. What will it be? Comment your comment down below. As Nia tries to go for something big, Nikkita Lyons says no. This right here is a classic, ladies and gentlemen. Nikkita Lyons with a star-stunning performance here tonight. And oh my God, look at that now. The backbreaker right into the continuous blows to the face. I mean, very, very interesting way of offense here tonight that we are seeing by Nikkita Lyons. And now look at this continuing on that onslaught here tonight. Nikkita Lyons not playing any games. And listen, I can't blame her, but at the same time, Nia Jax, she's going to have to lock in if she wants to do what's important to her here tonight, and that is walking away winners. Look at this now, into the cover, trying to steal a quick one here tonight, and no. Kick out there by Nikkita Lyons. Lyons, I said it before and I'll say it again, star-made performance here tonight that we are seeing by Nikkita Lyons. I mean, she is getting pushed to her limit by Nia Jax. And Nia Jax just wants to continue to push her to her limit more and more. We talked about the dangerous kind of opponent that Nia Jax is, but she is just showing that she is and she can be that much more. Look at this now as Nikkita Lyons has her down and out. Nowhere to go, and now Lyons goes down hard. Nia Jax not playing any games here tonight. No games are being played at all, as Paul Heyman, you see on the outside, as he has been cheering on Nia Jax. And look at that now. The crowd getting behind Nikkita Lyons, and Lyons gets her up. Into the cover! No! Somehow, some way, Nikkita Lyons, I don't even think she knows how she just did it. But look at this now as Nikkita Lyons lining her up here, and oh, through the ropes goes Lyons. Turning it up some here tonight in the squared circle is Nikkita Lyons. As a wow, what are we seeing? Nikkita Lyons looking to prove a point here tonight. And that point is simple. She is here to stay on Monday nights. I mean, listen, we talked about it before. She's only had 2 matches here in Universe Mode. And that first match was back on the debut episode of Season 3. Alright, that was almost 6-7 months ago. Nikkita Lyons understands that she is here to do one thing and one thing only, and that is prove a point. Prove a point that she deserves to be on this card. But as I say that now, Nikkita Lyons getting brought back into the square circle there by Nia Jax. Jax now, oh! Nikkita Lyons with a roundhouse kick, didn't get all of it, but got enough. And now both women going back and forth on each other, not playing any games. As you see in the background, Survivor Series is less than 2 weeks away. And as we look on our road ahead, we need to see who is next in line for the Women's Continental title. Could it be Lyons? Could it be Jax? As look at this now, Lyons with a Fury of kicks. A Fury of kicks, and down goes Nia Jax. I mean, man, oh man, look at this now as Nia Jax barely getting herself up, and oh! Nikkita Lyons goes down and goes down hard. Takes her down with a big one. Is this over? 2 and no! I mean, the words, and oh, look, it goes for another one, but this time Nia Jax had her well scouted. Nikkita Lyons getting back up to her feet, though, and look at this now as Nikkita Lyons now grabbing up Nia Jax. Consecutive knees right into the midsection and takes her down. I mean, quite possibly the best women's match we have ever seen so far here on Monday nights, and oh my God, throat checks her right into the corner where there's no turnbuckle. Holy hell. Nia Jax says, screw the point, this has become personal, and as the referee now finally notices that the turnbuckle is loose and undone, now he wants to take effect. I mean, come on, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You know, these referees got to be more apparent. That right there, if he would have seen it, could have disqualified Nia Jax, but Jax now looks to pick her up and just throws her on the ground. I mean, the disrespect being put on display is definitely something, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this now, brings her off the ropes. Nikkita Lyons bouncing off and catching herself. Big kick there, but missing out. Nia Jax, though, kicking her. Using her own momentum against her. Very, very smartly done there by Nia Jax, but Nikkita Lyons turning it around. Into the covers. This one going to be it here early on. 1, 2, and no! And I say early on, but this one's been going on for a little while now. I'd argue we're definitely in the final inning of this one. Look at this now. Nikkita Lyons takes her down with a Luthes press. Down goes Nia Jax. Nowhere for her to go. Nothing for her to do. Only opportunity that Nia Jax has earned here tonight is to try to survive Nikkita Lyons. Nikkita Lyons has put herself. She has put herself in this way here in Universe Mode. And now, if you ask me, she is going to be looked at a completely different way. A completely different threat to how she is doing to Nia Jax here tonight. As Jax goes down hard, Nikkita Lyons thinking to herself what to do next. You see Paul Heyman trying to get involved here tonight. So many stakes are on the line here tonight. Look at this now, Nikkita Lyons. Top rope she goes. What does she have in mind here for Nia Jax? Down goes her. Is this gonna be it after the splash? Big split. Into the cover. She does it! Nikkita Lyons just defeated Nia Jax right here on Monday Night Raw! What the hell did we just see? So word around town is I'm scared to show up to Raw because of Dijak. Well, let me let one thing be known real quick. Nobody's scared of nothing. I took last week off because I deserved last week off. I went crazy, I fully loaded. I went crazy to Raw after. I felt like I deserved some time off as the Intercontinental Champion because it seems like people don't really understand how my schedule works around here. When Swerve wants to show up, when Swerve wants to claim what his house is, that's what he does. But when Swerve feels like the show doesn't need him, it's not necessary, then I'll let y'all rock. Because believe it or not, I don't like stealing a spotlight away from anybody. But one thing I will do is protect mine. So Dijak, less than 2 weeks, you know you have an ass whooping coming your way after everything you've been doing. So I'll see your ass in 2 weeks at Survivor Series. I'm gonna hurt you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, it is what the entire world has been waiting for. The tag team match between Will Ospreay, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. It is going down as we are gearing up for War Games, but coming up is still to come in your main event. It is going to be 6-man tag Mayhem, as Mayhem is invading Raw here tonight, and we'll be seeing Jon Moxley, Danielson, and not only Danielson, but Wheeler Yuta. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is a Shield reunion tonight like no other, as we are locking in for our tag team action here tonight right here in Ontario, as Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens have a point to prove against the Blackpool Combat Club. This has been an ongoing war here in Universe Mode over the last several months, or I should say more with Cody Rhodes, but now with Rhodes having friends, Survivor Series is upon us, as it will be Team Raw against the Blackpool Combat Club. But tonight, here with the Blackpool Combat Club, it will be Seth Rollins and Mr. Money in the Bank, Will Ospreay. This is going to be a very, very interesting situation as the Blackpool Combat Club finds themselves in a bit of an overrun here tonight. You got a lot of stuff going down backstage. You got Wheeler Yuta teaming up with Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson, which we know the opinions when it comes down to Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley with how they left the BCC, completely out of their control, of course, but it's raised tensions all over the BCC, and if you ask me, I think they got to get on the same page before War Games, because Team Raw, they are on the same page. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens renewing their long-time friendship here in Universe Mode, and ever since then, it has been nothing but greatness for them. Aside from that, we have been seeing just all-around success when it comes down to Team Raw. CM Punk's had one hell of a year going against Adam Cole, having Team Raw to have his back, taking down Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era, and since then, we haven't seen those guys. Aside from, CM Punk, when you look on the side of Cody Rhodes, former world champion, been in multiple rivalries with countless amount of superstars, and again, we want to remind you, Survivor Series 4-on-4 War Games that is coming your way later this November. It's going to be a damn good ride, and it's going to be a damn good match, as that is going to be the second War Games here in Universe Mode. I'm definitely looking forward to it, but ladies and gentlemen, this matchup is getting right underway, as this is going to be the first time that we are seeing Will Ospreay in action in 2 weeks, as he 2 weeks ago went one-on-one with former Intercontinental Champion LA Knight, and one hell of a matchup it was, as Ospreay walked out victor. And as you've seen, Ospreay had very similar, an attitude to how he had here tonight with Wheeler Yuta. When it comes down to his singles competition, he wants to get the job done by himself. Now into the cover here. Is he going to be able to get the job done? No. It's Kevin Owens with a kick out there. Very, very interesting situation we are seeing here with it being, oh man, beautiful work there, with it being Will Ospreay and Seth Rollins teaming up. Now, when you think back, now these two guys went one-on-one here in Season 3 in the beginning, before Will Ospreay joined the BCC, in one of the most iconic Raw matches of all time. A matchup with a 20-minute time limit, and it was a damn good matchup, as we seen Ospreay walk out victor. With this tag team of Ospreay and Seth Rollins, I'm very interested in it, as Wheeler Yuta earlier tonight had a little bit of an exchange with the guy you're seeing right now, Will Ospreay. Ospreay not really feeling the whole Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley effect here tonight, and he's, this is before his time, if we're being completely honest. Before Will Ospreay joined the BCC, it was the Shield. It was something completely different. It was a different group overall, but now ever since Will Ospreay has joined it, they've had a very different and more serious attitude, as you see here now. Will Ospreay looking to go for another DDT here, and first time hit it on Owens, this time hit it on Sami Zayn. You see the aggression is there by Will Ospreay, just a complete shift in attitude here. As look at this now, picks him up and drops him down with a powerbomb. Wow, set out powerbomb there by Will Ospreay. I mean, he makes it look easy. You wouldn't even think Will Ospreay has been in Universe Mode for the amount of time he has been, the accomplishments he has had here in Universe Mode. I mean, that we can list them. I mean, he made his debut back at the No Way Out Chamber here earlier this year, last season, in Universe Mode, and then going on winning it, main eventing WrestleMania, going one-on-one with Finn Balor, and although losing, having a pretty good rebound stunner there by Owens. Pretty good rebound, is becoming Mr. Money in the Bank, but now Rollins, legal man of the ring, him and Kevin Owens going off. There's some history here between Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. These two men have faced each other in the past. One-off situations, but definitely a matchup that I can see for a world title later on down the line. And that's something a lot of people tend to forget about Kevin Owens. He is our first ever WWE champion. When it comes down to the lineage of the world title and the WWE title, I know a lot of people get a bit confused, but before Roman Reigns, it was Kevin Owens. Cody Rhodes was our first world champion. Owens was that first WWE champion, and he held that championship up high. Let's look at this now. Sami Zayn looks to bring us back a little bit to the Ring of Honor days of old. DDT heard around the world. Let's look at that now, tagging in Will Ospreay. Ospreay and Zayn now. Here we go. This one is definitely something that I've been looking forward to seeing, as we definitely need some type of advantage going into War Games. We need some type of momentum shift, as so far it has been really the BCC doing what they have to do. I mean, think about what happened just last week here in Universe Mode. It was CM Punk getting, oh my God, wait a minute. Oh! Beautiful, beautiful work there with CM Punk getting laid out by Seth Rollins, and then Cody and Ospreay started going at it, but in the end, Cody stood tall against Ospreay. But I don't know, man. I'd argue that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, with them beating the New Catch Republic last week, and they need this victory. They need this victory to show where the momentum is, as Ospreay is hitting hard. We talked about that shift in attitude by Will Ospreay. We talked about how he has just shown that he is a completely different person, and he is standing on business, on just the kind of person that he is looking to be here in Universe Mode, as Ospreay took him down and took him down hard. Rollins now looking to take down Owens and takes him to the outside. Beautiful, beautiful work there by, oh man, Ospreay now, or excuse me, Rollins taking down Kevin, taking down Sammy, now tagging in Ospreay. Ospreay now looking to go after Kevin Owens with a beautiful DDT here. Looks to catch him up, and wow. Beautiful stunner there. As look at that now. Ospreay going through the ropes but landing on his feet. I don't know how the hell he just landed on his feet, but that right there is athleticism unheard of, as Kevin Owens now going after Seth Rollins. Will Ospreay talking a bit of smack over there to Sami Zayn, as look at this now. Kevin Owens could be doing some dastardly work here to Seth Rollins back, and he does. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, talk about both teams taking it to the limit here tonight to prove that they have what it takes to get that advantage going into War Games. What a tag match we're seeing, as Kevin Owens takes down Will Ospreay, and Sami Zayn looking for the assist. But as this tag match goes on, we are going to go on commercial break, and we'll be back right after this. Don't forget about the impressive debut of Kairi Sane coming your way this Friday right here on Mayhem, as it is going to be damn good to spice up the women's division, as it has been going crazy. Becky Lynch, Jordynne Grace, Charlotte Flair, so many women on Mayhem, and now with the introduction of Kairi Sane, so much is going to change, so much is going to shake up, and what will the Pirate of the women's division have to offer? Find out this Friday. Well, since the commercial break, it has been nothing but action from here on out, as Sami Zayn and Will Ospreay, legal men in the ring, and Ospreay obviously feeling fired up in this one here tonight, and for damn good reason. I mean, this is all about the advantage, ladies and gentlemen. Who shall get the advantage heading into War Games, as Ospreay now looking to take Sami Zayn. High risk indeed, top rope. Hurricane Rana, I mean, talk about the balance by Will Ospreay, the strength by Will Ospreay, the will of Will Ospreay, and now tagging in Seth Rollins, and Rollins looking to carry off here. I mean, people don't like to talk about it enough, but Rollins, very, very underrated superstar here in Universe Mode. With a ripcord knee to take out Zayn, and as he wants to go for the cover, Zayn roll out of the ring, and Rollins now ducking over. I mean, just wow. Seth Rollins doing what he has to do here tonight to prove that the BCC must stand tall heading into War Games. As Sammy now gets Seth right back into the ring, referee on the count of 3. Who's going to get the better of this exchange? And Sami Zayn does. Exploding suplex there to Seth Rollins. Now Zayn looking to bring him into the corner, gets him in there. Very nice combination of strikes there by Zayn. Takes down Rollins exactly the way he needs to, and now if I'm Sammy, I am looking for a tag straight to Kevin Owens. No games being played, but now he wants a Blue Thunder Bomb! No! I mean, just wow! Sami Zayn pulling out all the stops here tonight. And Will Ospreay paying attention to this one. Sami Zayn not giving a damn. He's just fired up. And look at this now as Zayn and Rollins going for a collar and tie. Rollins not getting the better exchange of it. Zayn though ducking down under a big hello to kick. Into the cover. Zayn does it. Zayn gives Raw the momentum that they need heading into War Games. And Kevin Owens obviously feeling very, very happy about this one here tonight. And Sami Zayn just beside himself, and he wants another one. Another big celebration for Team Raw. What the hell? Oh my God, wait a minute, that's Claudio Castagnoli. Castagnoli's going after Cody Rhodes backstage. This is very, very similar to what we seen last week with CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Look at this now. Oh, come on, Claudio. Think about what you're doing here. Come on, Claudio. No, not Cody's. Oh, my God. Slamming Cody's arm right into the ambulance. And, oh, my God, Cody's definitely going to need an ambulance after this one. Come on, Claudio. Oh, man. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Friday night is almost here, and we are getting into the mayhem as we are going to be getting Randy Orton going one-on-one with Johnny Gargano, who will walk away in this one as this one's set to be a one-on-one expedition between the two men. We know Johnny Gargano has had problems with Tommaso Ciampa. We know Randy Orton's had problems with Ciampa. Will that play a factor? To find out this Friday, and that's not all, as Chad Gable and Finn Balor had a bit of a war of words last week when it came down to the Judgment Day. Finn Balor said when he was the member, when he was the leader, he dealt for what was his. Will Chad Gable be able to do that for the Alpha Academy? Find out. But also this Friday, we will be getting the debut of Kairi Sane. The women's division has been all over the place, but for one thing is for sure, it has been on an uphill streak, and Kairi Sane looks to add to it. And inside your main event, the fans have been wanting it, and you finally will get it. It will be John Cena versus Carmelo Hayes 2. The second matchup is going down this Friday right here on Wrestlepluss. As ladies and gentlemen, lock in, get loaded, because Friday nights is where all the wrestling happens. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a message from the megastar was promised and as delivered, he will do such. Ontario is off their feet for the megastar because he is LA Knight. And although not being Intercontinental Champion anymore, he wants to reflect a little bit on his career here in Universe Mode as LA Knight. If you think back on a year ago, he was headlining or starting off the show for Survivor Series, but definitely getting the crowd off their feet. And 1 year later, doing the exact same thing with so many accomplishments under his belt here in Universe Mode. Let me talk to ya. Now listen, for the last couple of weeks, I've been on the sideline. For the last couple of weeks, I've been sitting back and I've been thinking to myself, what is next for LA Knight? Survivor Series is upon us. Survivor Series is less than 2 weeks away. Survivor Series is going to be big. And last year, I seen myself starting off the show going one-on-one with the former World Heavyweight Champion Finn Balor. And one hell of a clash it was. One hell of a battle it was where I almost became champion, but as the year creeps on and I see where I am now, I see no championship around my waist. I see no gas in the tank of the gravy train. I see nothing in sight for LA Knight, and I don't like that, nah. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna change the game a little bit. We're gonna make LA Knight the megastar once again, because the month is November. And we're creeping towards the end. And I know December is going to come and it's going to go. But January is what I'm looking forward to, because January is where WWE holds the No Way Out pay-per-view. And if you know that pay-per-view, there is a certain elimination chamber of 6 superstars, 6 top superstars. And with the draft being a thing, I'm assuming Raw only gets 3 spots. So going forward, mark my words, I will win my matches, I will do what I must, I will gain my momentum, and I will be the first man to enter inside the 2025 Elimination Chamber. And I'm gonna win, yeah, I'm gonna win. And I'm gonna show the world that LA Knight isn't going nowhere, nah. I will main event WrestleMania, and I will show either Jon Moxley or Roman Reigns, if you survive what is coming your way, that in the end, you will fall to a blunt force trauma. Yeah. And I promise you, this will be the season of the megastar. Listen, Claudio, I'm going to be honest. Earlier tonight, me and Will Ospreay, we had a little bit of a disagreement, and I don't like what he said. I'm going out there tonight and I'm helping Moxley and I'm helping Bryan because they were a part of this with us for such a long time. Listen, I'm going to cut you off there. You don't got to explain yourself to me. I get it. Moxley and Bryan, They basically made us, right? Listen, go out there and help them. But next week, I expect you to keep your head in the game. Because last year, we won War Games. And this year, we're stepping into it with you. Show us that our investment didn't go to waste, Yuta. Show them. But I'll argue that there is a lot of pressure on Wheeler Yuta here tonight, teaming up with Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley in the main event. But ladies and gentlemen, what was originally scheduled to be your main event here tonight, but what will be your co-main event, it is going to be Gunther stepping inside the squared circle to go one-on-one with Robert Roode. Now, last week we've seen Robert Roode get a victory over Rey Mysterio, which placed him a little higher as far as the rankings go here in Universe Mode. And now this is Robert Roode's next stop, and that is Gunther. Now, we know Gunther has been on a bit of a warpath here in Universe Mode to become the next Intercontinental Champion after he felt he was screwed over back at the Raw Fully Loaded PLE. Just still on demand if anybody wants to go ahead and watch. And by the way, if you have been enjoying this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more content on the channel, because more content is definitely coming you guys' way as we are on the road to 5K right here on the YouTube channel. But to focus more here on Raw, you see Ludwig Kaiser taking a bit of a forefront here tonight for Gunther, as Gunther is on a warpath to prove that he is the man to be. But the big question is, can he stop a man who was formerly Intercontinental Champion, a man that they call, I mean, just listen to that crowd reaction. I mean, listen, we've had a lot of Intercontinental Champions in the past, definitely a handful of them, some that I can definitely argue has gotten the crowd off their feet, but Robert Roode and LA Knight are definitely on the top of my list. I mean, just listen to this sold out crowd right here in Ontario. I mean, man, oh man, talk about off their feet here tonight. I mean, can you blame them? Can you blame them when you are in the presence of the glorious one himself, Robert Roode? How do you not get impressed with the man that this man is? I mean, former Intercontinental Champion. He had the highlight match at WrestleMania Season 1 when he was wrestling in a triple threat match with Sheamus and the man himself, Judgment Day's very own, in Drew McIntyre. This one's going to be very, very interesting here tonight. We've seen Robert Roode come back from an almost career-ending injury here in Season 3. And as he has come back, he has been trying to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to get the crowd to sing his song. That is to get the crowd on his side, so that way they can understand just how glorious this man is. When it comes down to Robert Roode, his ceiling seems like it may have gotten lower, but ladies and gentlemen, I would argue it has only gotten higher. The experience that this man has had over the last 3 seasons here in Universe Mode is unmatched like any other. And it is very, very interesting as we are creeping towards the end of the year. So much on the line, so much to be done. Survivor Series coming your way. Raw Anniversary in December. And as we heard LA Knight before this matchup, he is keeping his eyes locked on No Way Out. And look at that now, as Gunther already starting off hot and heavy here tonight on Robert Roode, not playing any games. I mean, if we could be honest, you expected that from Gunther. If Gunther goes into his matches hot and heavy, doesn't play any games, he just goes at him, and you can't blame him for that. He does what he's taught. And Gunther, from that evolution of Gunther when he was Walter, this man has done so much here in Universe Mode to really show people the difference in the kind of superstar that he is. And look at this now, as Gunther's range, I'd argue, was unmatched compared to any others. I mean, the way this man wrestles, it is a very old school, slower style of wrestling, but is it a very effective style of wrestling? Look at that now. Robert Roode's shoulder getting tossed right into the corner there, as Robert Roode now looking for a sly way to get out of this one. One thing we do know about Robert Roode is he doesn't play any games, but at the same time as not playing any games, Robert Roode is a sly man. He does what he has to do to walk away with the victories, and a lot of times you can't blame him, but in this situation, you just got to survive a man like Gunther, as Robert Roode now ducking down under, popping over, showing that he can be a very clean match to the ring general. As look at that now, big elbow right off of the body slam there, as Ludwig Kaiser and Joe Coffey looking on two members of the Imperium group that Gunther brought in here in Universe Mode. And now Robert Roode looking to continue to make Gunther hurt, continue to make him hurt. As so much is coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. Brand versus brand warfare, champions versus champions. Two big announcements by William Regal, which if you want to check out one of the announcements, you can right over as you become a member here on the channel. That one of his announcements has been revealed, and it is a pretty big one, ladies and gentlemen. But we're going to go commercial break. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, next week will be the go-home show to Survivor Series War Games. So although Ontario is having one hell of a night tonight, bring the heat next week as inside your main event. We are looking forward to Survivor Series War Games matchups, as we are going to be finding out the final man who will be entering the War Games match. Who will get the advantage? Will it be Team Raw CM Punk or the BCC Will Ospreay? We're going to find out next week. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back from commercial break, and you see Robert Roode is still styling and profiling here tonight. He is not playing any games, and he is definitely looking good while doing it, as Roode now has Gunther up, not where he wants to be there. Fireman's carry by Robert Roode now into the cover. Is this one going to be in here? And no! I mean, well, listen, first of all, who have we? Oh my God, wait a minute. I didn't even notice that over the commercial break, or did that just happen? But Gunther's busted open. Ladies and gentlemen, Gunther is busted open here tonight. And that is not something that is good. Definitely something that is glorious, but not something that is good for Robert Roode. As Roode now up on the shoulders of the ring general, slips away, hits him with a couple of shots there. Not playing any games, and neither is the ring general here tonight. Let's look at this now. Gunther once again with a swift strike across the face there, using everything to his advantage here tonight. And now what does Gunther have in mind here? Not playing any games here, looking to bring this a bit high risk here tonight. Is this really the wisest choice? Look at this, double clips him up and takes him down. This is indeed awesome. I mean, just wow. The range that Gunther is willing to go to match his opponents inside the squared circle. But look at this. Robert Roode's cockiness continuing to be a factor. Continuing to play a case here in this matchup. Man, oh man, this is definitely not going to be good for one Robert Roode here tonight. As look at this now, Roode continuing to snap the neck there. Continuing to snap the neck there of Robert Roode. Or excuse me, of Gunther. You see, they got me a bit all over the place here tonight. Referee on the count of 5. Robert Roode seems like he has no problem taking a count-out victory. If you know Roode, he doesn't care how he gets it as long as he gets a win. As look at this now, up on the shoulders of the ring general. This is not good. Oh my God. Takes him down quick, fast, in a hurry. Is this one going to be it here tonight? And no! Gunther is pissed, and for damn good reason. Robert Roode stays alive, and look at this now. It's Gunther now. Bounces him off of the ropes. Ducks down under. What does he have in? Move! Big takedown, and now a pose for the Imperium Universe here tonight. As Gunther now swings him up. Big bomb! 1, 2, caught him! Robert Roode's momentum is something to be talked about, but whenever you step into the ring with the ring general, you fall, and you fall hard. But let's take nothing away from Robert Roode. I mean, making Gunther bleed, just wow. Listen, man, tonight we gotta lock in. Pulling double duty. This isn't gonna be easy. I got faith in you, though. I mean, I remember just last year when you went over to AEW and you were definitely not supposed to be in that building, but you were talking to Yuta and you convinced him to come to the right side, our side. I know the kid's got potential, right? Part of me wishes he would have came over to Mayhem with us, but tonight we get an opportunity to team with him. Tonight we get an opportunity to show the Bloodline that they can't fuck with us any longer. I'm sick and tired of the games. I'm sick and tired of the mind games. Roman thinks he has this in the bag, but we both know when I step into the ring with him, I'm going to put his head into the mat, and I'm going to make him kiss the ground, and I'm going to beat him like I did last year and like we did at War Games. When it comes to the BCC and the Bloodline, the BCC is just always on top. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have been waiting for this one all night, as this is arguably a Survivor Series matchup right here, as it's time for your main event. And wow, listen to the reception for Wheeler Yuta. I mean, it's definitely mixed, but I'd argue those cheers are a lot louder than the boos here tonight, because although Wheeler Yuta is a part of the Blackpool Combat Club, which arguably is not the most, favored people here on the roster, here tonight doing his work, teaming with the founders of the BCC, doing what needs to be done here tonight as one of the, if not the founder of what made Forged in Combat a reality. It is the world's heavyweight and one half of the Mayhem Tag Team Champions. It is Jon Moxley. He is a wild thing indeed, and tonight we are about to see him do what must be done here in the main event. Oh man, we knew this one was gonna be good. We knew when this man stepped foot here in Universe Mode that he was simply born for greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, he is one half of the Mayhem World Tag Team Champion, Bryan Danielson. The American Dragon hasn't seen the face of Raw since before the draft, mind you. This man was injured most of WrestleMania season on his road to having a match, and he didn't really wrestle on Raw. So it's been a very long time since we've seen the likes of Bryan Danielson here on the Red Brand. But as Moxley said earlier tonight, he is not alone, and as the BCC lives strong, as Wheeler Yuta here tonight has a whole lot of pressure on the side of the BCC, telling him that the job must get done tonight. And next week, you wipe your feet off at the door. You do what must be done, and you make sure at the end of the day, at the end of the hour, just wow. Wow. I mean, I don't know if all the stretches in the world can stop them from the wrath of the Bloodline. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the right-hand man to the Tribal Chief and one half of the Tag Team Champions here on Raw. It is Jimmy Uso. Standing beside him is the Enforcer, Jacob Fatu. And as we are getting right into this one, no games are being played. Fatu starting this one off with Wheeler Yuta, as the BCC has done a pretty decent job in staying clear from the Bloodline here on Raw. But tonight we're seeing a little bit of that. As look at this now. Oh, big takedown there by Jacob Fatu. Tonight, we are seeing the third match of Jacob Fatu, the debut of Hikuleo, and an overall pretty rare appearance that we see the Bloodline wrestle in a trios match. Is now Wheeler Yuta looking to make this one over quick. And when you think about it, it was this month last year at the Clash of Champions pay-per-view where Wheeler Yuta, got invited into the group of the Shields, and nicely done there as the tag was made. And like I was saying, it was a year ago that Wheeler Yuta joined the BCC, and a lot of people would argue that his growth hasn't really been where it needs to be at. But as we're seeing here now, Jon Moxley square off against Jacob Fatu. Listen, say what you want, but I'd argue this could be the match, a match for Moxley's world title later on down the line. There's a big cutter there by Moxley, punching Hikuleo in the face, going after the biggest man, and looking to take him down hard, and he gets him! But meanwhile, doing a smart thing is Jacob Fatu getting the tag in, but now Wheeler Yuta takes the heat And now the two leaders of their opposing teams now going at it as Jon Moxley takes him down with a back elbow after the strike. Is now doing the smart thing here and getting the tag in the Hikuleo, but Hikuleo can only do but so much damage as he takes down Jon Moxley. And now Moxley in big trouble as this is the debut of Hikuleo, the 6'8" beast at the top rope. And that is not something that I would want to be on the receiving end of, as Hikuleo now just smearing Moxley's head right into the mat and going after the world champion. I mean, just wow, dude. And look at this now. Hikuleo bringing Moxley into the corner. Moxley looking to fight back against the 6'8" giant here tonight. But the Bloodline numbers run strong here as Hikuleo has Moxley. Very high risk. Into the cover. No, wow. I don't know, Brian. That is a David versus Goliath situation. If I'm Bryan Danielson, I'm staying the hell out of Hikuleo's way. Let's look at that now. Moxley turning it away here on Hikuleo. Picks him up big time here. Paradigm shift out of nowhere. Into the cover fast. Is this one going to be a hit one? No. Oh my God. How the hell did he even get him up? How the hell did he even get Hikuleo up to his feet? I mean, it beats me. I don't even know. Let's look at this now. Moxley. Takedown here to Jacob Fatu. Jimmy Uso said earlier tonight, you may have a team, but I have hitters. I have people, soldiers who will follow behind me. But Hikuleo now going after Brian broke up the pin earlier on, getting his lick back. But Moxley now catches him in a neck breaker. I mean, Hikuleo was going through it here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and now Moxley's making him eat more. Moxley, this is Moxley's way of saying welcome, Hikuleo, to the WWE. And oh my God, now Wheeler Yuta in this one with Hikuleo. I don't know how smart that one is. It's Hikuleo now. Seems like he's got his head on his shoulders now, as I don't think Hikuleo's too worried about Wheeler Yuta. Yuta's not much of a threat compared to Moxley, but oh my God, look at this. Just look at this. Just referee telling him, listen, you got to relax, but this man Hikuleo doesn't give a damn, and now tagging in the enforcer of the Bloodline, Jacob Fatu. Fatu in this one doesn't give a damn about who he hurts. Just wow, into the cover. This one gonna be it here tonight. No. Right when it seems like it's over, they just surprise you more and more. Oh my God. This man Jacob Fatu doesn't give a damn. And now Fatu's at the top rope. The most dangerous place it can be. Is it over? 2. No. He stays alive. Somehow, some way. And oh my God, no. Oh, just going after him over and over again. This man, Jacob Fatu, is a beast. As we are going to go on commercial break, and look at that Alutes press. He doesn't give a damn. Ladies and gentlemen, next week will be the go-home show to Survivor Series War Games. So although Ontario is having one hell of a night tonight, bring the heat next week as inside your main event. We are looking forward to Survivor Series War Games matchups, as we are going to be finding out the final man who will be entering the War Games match. Who will get the advantage? Will it be Team Raw CM Punk or the BCC Will Ospreay? We're going to find out next week. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from commercial break, and although it was going absolutely insane with Jacob Fatu, now legal men here in this one, it is back to Hikuleo and Wheeler Yuta, another similar situation to a David versus Goliath. And now look at this, Hikuleo turning this one around here. So is Wheeler Yuta doing what he has to do here tonight. That is what you like to see, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at this now. Going after Jacob Fatu, looking to get his lick back after the Luthez press before the commercial break, and gets him! I mean, wow. That is pain right there. That is pain. Let's look at this now. What the hell? How the hell did Yuta do that? Yuta has him in a pretzel. Oh my God, but Jimmy doing his thing as the leader, man, because if it was not for Jimmy, the debut of Hikuleo was about to be squandered. As Bryan Danielson, now the legal man in the ring, I want to argue maybe the first time Danielson's in this one. I could be very wrong, but I don't know. As Danielson and Hikuleo, very David Goliath, similar situation like Yuta, but now Danielson has that little bit more muscle than Wheeler Yuta. He's able to maybe maneuver around a little faster than Yuta, having that experience being one half of the tag team champions. Look at this now. putting Hikuleo more of a ground base, not playing any games, using that technical background to his advantage that we know he has all so well. We've seen Bryan Danielson this past Friday in the main event as he went one-on-one with Randy Orton. One hell of a main event it was, but it was Jacob Fatu and the Bloodline who interrupted that matchup, laying out Danielson. And it was Hikuleo who was going after Jon Moxley after the matches. Hikuleo rolling to the outside. Bryan Danielson getting not only the crowd to his feet, but getting pumped up himself, telling the 6'8" beast to get up so he can go through, but oh my God, he moves! Hikuleo moving right out of the ring, doing the smart thing here tonight, and now looking to bring Bryan into the corner, or excuse me, into the steps. I mean, that impact is terrible, but Bryan Danielson understanding that he is in Bloodline territory, so he's doing the smart thing and got his ass back in the ring, but got met with a suplex. I mean, man, you got to feel for Bryan Danielson, man. This man going through it here tonight. It is not going to be easy. Nobody said that, but look at this now as Jimmy Uso in the ring now. Maybe some more damage can go the Bloodline's favor as Jimmy now takes him down. And now, wait a minute, I think he wants a Uso splash with Jacob Fatu! Wow! I mean, wow! Like, seriously. And oh, wait a minute, look at this, Bryan moving it away. I don't know how the hell he's still up after a splash there by Jacob Fatu. I mean, one thing that I cannot argue here in this matchup that I'm noticing is that the tags are definitely being shown on display here tonight. Every time somebody's getting tired, we're seeing somebody do some type of tag, and that's smart, I gotta say. You're not seeing any ball hogs here tonight. We're seeing everybody play their cards the way it needs to be played as Bryan Danielson now into the corner of the Bloodline, not where he wants to be. Danielson now getting tossed over. Tossed over to his side of the ring, but at what cost? Look at this now. Bryan Danielson getting taken down. Danielson, this ain't looking too good for him here tonight. As Danielson down and out, looks to be hurt. Jimmy Uso back in this one and ready to go as Jimmy now continuing that onslaught, continuing that pain here tonight. And that is exactly what you expect from the right-hand man of Roman Reigns. This whole matchup, this whole attack is on the right, or is on the behalf of Roman Reigns. Although the Bloodline didn't have a good opener here tonight with Nia Jax, they can have the potential to have a very, very good night. Roman says every time that he is not on the show, shit goes sideways, and he is tired of it. Tonight, the Bloodline can prove that they can have a successful night without Roman Reigns. Let's look at this now. Hikuleo and Jimmy Uso using some tag team Samoan work to their advantage. Wow. Very, very nicely done there as Hikuleo now getting Danielson back up to his feet. Nowhere for Danielson to go, nothing for him to do. Danielson in harm's way, I'd argue, as Hikuleo now. Oh my God! Driving him and a big boot! A big boot by the 6'8", 200, and no! Hikuleo throwing up the ones, but Moxley gonna have a problem with that as Moxley wants Hikuleo and gets him! Takes him inside out! Now line him up! Is he gonna get it? Paradigm shift! Well, no! Jacob Fatu not letting anything go to chance! I mean, come on! And oh man! Gets taken down and taken down hard there. I thought for a second, I thought there we were going to see the Bloodline walk away with a victory. But as Bryan Danielson, an illegal man in the ring with Hikuleo here tonight, David versus Goliath situation. This situation can easily go in the favor of the BCC. Let's look at this now. Bryan trying to fight back, but this man, Hikuleo, too strong. Hikuleo wanted a choke slam, but Bryan got the kicks. Bryan got the kicks. He did what he had to do. The kicks, the kicks. The final one gets him! Hikuleo goes down! No! Oh my God! We are almost out of time here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Bryan Danielson gonna have to pull something out of his pocket, ducking down low, popping under, and a Psycho knee! Into the cover! Bryan Danielson, with less than a minute on the clock here on Raw, pulls the victory off for the BCC here tonight. Representation done right. Wow.